Hi, my name is Mike Avati. I'm a sales application engineer here at JinkoSolar. Today we're actually at a customer's home in Southern California, San Clemente, California. And the reason why we came out here today is this time of year in this early spring, I get a lot of phone calls and emails from customers on how to clean solar panels. A lot of the pollen is flying around in the air. People have allergies. And so all that pollen is very sticky, and of course it adheres to the glass on the solar panels. So customers are like, hey Mike, how do you clean solar panels this time of year? So a couple things to consider. It's glass. And so first things that are most important is how hot is it outside? How hot are those panels right now? Think of it as like your glass on your windshield in your car. If it's 100+ degrees outside, you're not gonna wanna wash those panels because the temperature of that water, when it hits that glass, there's a possibility it could shatter. So, of course, the best time of day to wash panels, early in the morning when it's nice and cool outside. Number two, what kind of water do you want to use? Really, best type of water to use, regular tap water right out of the garden hose. No need to use any types of chemicals. Don't use soaps, don't use detergents. All of those types of chemicals can actually lead to premature deterioration of the module, whether it be with the anodization or the sealant around it. Just use tap water, okay? Don't use pressure washers. If you use a pressure washer, you run the risk of actually causing additional damage to the module. So like I said, regular water out of the tap, out of the garden hose is completely safe to use. Now, if you run into any type of obstacles on the glass, bird residue, something that's hard, it's grimy, that just doesn't want to come off with the normal water pressure from the garden hose, this is where you can use actually a soft bristle brush. Anything that a normal like pool man uses, this is very soft and won't scratch the surface of the glass at all. You can rub this against the glass in conjunction with the water to get rid of all that pollen or bird residue. And of course, once that's all wiped off and scrubbed off from the bristles, just continue to hose it off, you should be fine. Now, if you really want that squeaky clean finish, I know different parts of the area here in Southern California and other parts of the country have actually very hard water. And of course, if you leave the water on the glass, you could end up with some water spots. So if you don't want to have those water spots and you want those panels to look, perfect and pristine, I've got here, a little squeegee on a stick. You can run this across the glass, get that water, to just squeegee right off the surface of the glass. You should be perfectly fine. We'll go up on the roof right now and show you what it looks like before, during, and after. You'll be impressed. Thanks. On the roof right now, we've got a couple of Jinko's 305 watt panels. As you can see, these are somewhat dirty, but what I want to point your attention to is all the dirt and the soiling that has accumulated on the lower edge. You definitely want to get rid of this because if too much of this dirt will build up over time, you can actually lose a substantial amount of production on the panels. So we're gonna get some water, hit it with the hose, and you'll see the difference between a dirty solar panel and a clean solar panel. So you can see that there's all these little white or the yellow specks on the glass. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come back with the brush, the soft bristle brush, scrub that down a little bit, and then hose them off again. Mike again is back here. So we finished washing all the panels. let them dry. And so after we washed them, we looked at to see, how much of a performance boost we saw. And of course, your results will vary depending upon how soiled the modules are to begin with. But typically here in Southern California, along the coast here, we don't get too much, soiling or dust. So homeowner here typically would see anywhere between 3 to 5% of a boost washing the panels. Like I said in the beginning, it's typical that you'll want to wash these panels at least once a year. Again, your results will vary depending upon where you are geographically, how much dust is in the air, how much pollen is in the air. But I think best time of year is springtime right now, when it's nice and cool, right before the summer, production is at its greatest, so that you can reap those benefits. If you have any more questions, comments, or concerns, you can always email us at us.cs@jinkosolar.com. Thank you.